So today we're going to be discussing how to travel Thailand, our favourite destination in all of Southeast Asia for many reasons. I'm going to get into them now.
So throughout this video we're going to be covering the route, money saving tips which will include accommodation, food, transport and how much you'll need per day and month, and overall tips for how to travel Thailand.
Okay, so for the route, this is a possible route you can do. This is what we done. So we started off our journey in Bangkok, which is where most people start their journey.
Then you have two options, either to travel the north part of Thailand first or the southern islands. For us, we done the north part of Thailand, so Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai. There is more to explore, but we didn't.
So for the islands, we done Koh Samui, Koh Phangan, Koh Tao, Phuket, Koh Phi Phi and Koh Lanta. Now we're going to break it down into how exactly we done it. So, as we said before, our journey started off in the crazy bustling city of Bangkok. Now when we touched down there, it was a bit of a culture shock. Our first Asian country. Bangkok was very full on. You've got the tuk-tuks, the insects on sticks, the street food, and most importantly, the notorious Koh Sam Road. Insane place to first start your trip. So after leaving the chaos of Bangkok city behind us, we hopped on a 13-hour sleeper train, which took us to the peaceful northern part of Thailand, Chiang Mai.
Here is where we spent our days jumping off Thailand's Grand Canyon, learning how to cook their most delicious Thai recipes and going on a journey to the highest point in Thailand.
So once we finished our time off in Chiang Mai, we then got on a coach which took us to Chiang Rai. We didn't do too much in Chiang Rai, we just sort of chilled there, had a little look around. There are things to do there if you would like to go. We would say go as you're in Chiang Mai, you may as well go to Chiang Rai.
After our time in the north part was done, it was time for the islands.
So for us, our journey in the Thai islands began in Koh Samui.
So during our time in Koh Samui, we did watch a traditional Muay Thai fight. However, if you are in Bangkok, we would recommend to watch it there as it is seen as the real deal. We also went to Ang Thong National Park, which was absolutely beautiful, crystal clear seas and a really great day out.
After our time in Koh Samui was done, we then moved on to Koh Phangan. Again, another beautiful island. We got mopeds out there, we explored. There's many things to do there, however, the main reason why everyone goes is for the full moon party. We went there just to experience it and see what it was like, and it was insane. If you like partying, make sure you go to Koh Phangan. The full moon party takes place every single month on the full moon, and it has around 20,000 party goers attending on Hadron Beach.
So next stop was Koh Tao.
Wait, hold on. This is a special place, our favourite destination in the whole of Asia.
Yeah,
for many reasons.
Many
right?
reasons. So the amazing viewpoints. Here you will capture the best viewpoints you have ever seen.
We spent our days taking the moped out, going up the mountains. You can see the whole view of the island. The most amazing sunsets we saw there. You just go to these little beach bars, sit down, chill out, have a beer, watch the sunset.
And we just had the most amazing time of our travels. Do not miss Koh Tao.
Our next stop, the largest island in Thailand, Phuket. However, although we went there, we wouldn't recommend it if you're backpacking as much. It has more resorts and hotels there for people going on holidays. However, it was still a great experience. We went down to the famous Bangla Road, which is levelling with Koh Sam Road for craziness. You just see the weirdest things there. And we went up to the mountains and we fed these wild monkeys. They're literally just running around. You can buy bananas for them, feed them, and they're friendly. And last but not least, one of the best activities we've done in all of Asia. We went ziplining through the forest in Phuket. Great times again. If you do go to Phuket, make sure you go to the ziplining.
Next island was Koh Phi Phi. Koh Phi Phi was really unique. This is due to the fact that they have no roads. Everybody walks, so it's a really small island. The beaches in Koh Phi Phi are the sort of beaches that you see on a postcard. Make sure you take out a kayak and just go and explore all the different islands nearby.
The last of the 6 islands which we visited was Koh Lanta. We spent our days here mainly relaxing. It was our last island, walking the puppies at the Koh Lanta Animal Welfare Centre, racing around on our moped on the long strip of road they have. There's a lot of things you can do there. We would recommend going. However, we just chilled out there mainly. So that was the route that we done for Thailand. You can mix it up and go to different destinations that we didn't go to, or you can miss out some. Your choice. That's just a route you could do.
So now we're going to be covering the spending. You can travel Thailand as cheap or as expensive as you desire, depending on your budget. If you want to stay in hostels, eat only street food and take local transportation, you could live as cheap as £10 to £20 a day, which equals to £600 per month. However, this is excluding activities. For us, as we was a couple, we decided to stay in hotels, eat at restaurants sometimes and take a few flights. Our budget was £30 to £40 each per day. So to sum it up, if you want to do it really cheap, you could last £500 to £600 per month. If you want to do it like us with a bit more luxury, £1,000 to £1,200.
So the things you're going to be spending your money on obviously are food, accommodation and activities, and also travel. Now for food, you can eat as cheap as 50p to £1. Street food is your cheapest option there. However, if you go to restaurants, you're looking at to pay double the price, maybe a little bit more.
The food in Thailand was honestly the best food. It had so much flavour, so it will be really easy for you to eat street food. Accommodation. You can find a room as cheap as £4 per night. However, our budget was £10 to £20 a night because we stayed in hotels and wanted a private room. You will be surprised at how nice the hotels are for such little prices.
One tip we would say for accommodation, you probably know about this, use TripAdvisor just to look at the reviews beforehand. There were some places we heard of where people didn't get any sleep because in the Thai islands a lot of partying does go down. So for the hotels and hostels, you can book on the day. However, we wouldn't recommend this as you might not get the rooms you want, you might not get the hotels you want. Our advice would be book a few days in advance if you know where you're going to be. If you can't do that and you end up in a destination you never planned on going, you can walk into hotels and hostels and book for that night. Transport in Thailand. There's going to be many ways you can get around. For locally getting around your little villages or towns, you will be using taxis, mopeds, tuk-tuks, bicycles. So for taxis, you're going to have metered taxis and unmetered taxis. The ones that don't have meters in them, make sure you have a price before you get into the taxi, a fixed price, and do your research beforehand so you know roughly how much it's going to be so you don't get ripped off. And the tuk-tuks, the best way to get around, is such a fun way to experience Thailand and you'll have so much fun in them. And finally, the method most tourists use to get around on are of course mopeds. They're very cheap to get around on as well. You're looking at £2.50 to £5 a day. The tips we would say for that is book through your hotel and make sure you take photos of the moped when you have it and make sure you do it in front of the person that brings the moped to you, because what they might try and do is say you caused a scratch and you have to pay for it. If you are going to be getting a moped out in Thailand, make sure you do your research. There's a few little things you should know before going out there. It's not all as strict as it seems, but just be very careful. So getting around Thailand, there's going to be many different ways you can get to your destinations. From Bangkok, the main forms of transport you're going to use to get out of there are going to be planes, trains and buses. And when you go to the Thai islands, you will mainly be using boats to get around when you do all your island hopping.
A boat ticket from island to island costs around £5 to £7.50 per ticket.
So to end the video now, we're just going to give you 10 top tips we think you're going to need if you're going out to Thailand and other Asian countries as well really. Number 1, if you're going to Thailand and it's possible, aim to be there for the month of April when Songkran happens, which is a Thai New Year, and to celebrate they go all out. The crazy water fight all around Thailand and you have the time of your life. We are fortunate enough to spend it at one of the best locations for it, and that was Bangkok Koh Sam Road.
The two best locations are Chiang Mai and Koh Sam Road. Tip number 2, there is a free 30-day visa on arrival when you get to Thailand, so don't worry about any visa situations.
Tip number 3, when you're going to go and eat street food, look out for places with lots of tissue on the floor and rubbish, because that means they're busy, they've had a lot of people going there, and also go to the place where there's a lot of people chilling and eating because the food is going to be good.
Tip number 4, never give your passport when you're renting out a moped. Although we did, we actually didn't find out till when we got back to London.
Tip number 5, always haggle for everything out there, especially clothes, especially when you jump in tuk-tuks. You can haggle, you can knock them down 30 to 40%. They're more than willing to do it. They're going to try their luck with you. They are going to do it. So just try and get most of your money.
Tip number 6. If you're going out on a journey, always ask your hotel for the recommended price that you should be paying. Then you can use it as a guideline whilst you're out.
Tip number 7. Make sure you research everything, but especially research scams that are happening in the areas you're going to be going to. That way you have a better understanding and you won't get ripped off.
Tip number 8. 8. ATM machines do charge every time you take out a transaction. So what we would recommend to do is take out a week's worth of money. This would decrease the amount you're spending on fees.
Tip number 9. If you're going to be walking into hotels or hostels on the day, Make sure you look at the room before you give your money over, because the room could be nothing what you expect. So just have a little look around beforehand.
Tip number 10.
Make sure you have fun when you're out there. Embrace every day. Make the most of your time out there, because before you know it, you're going to be back home wishing you were out there again like we are now. Thank you for watching our video on how to travel Thailand. We hope it was informative for you. We hope you have a better understanding now of how you're going to do it. We do have a website where we're going to be posting many articles on Thailand and all of Southeast Asia. And we've also created a video, an overview of how to travel Southeast Asia. We did travel to 4 other countries, which were Cambodia, Vietnam, Indonesia and Philippines, and we're also going to be making individual videos on how to travel each of those countries. So if you are going to Southeast Asia, go and check that out. It will be in the link below.
Also, if you've got any questions, don't hesitate to contact us on social media. We have Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, email.
Or you can just comment below. All of that is at me and my missus, and all the links, everything are going to be in the description below for our website, our other videos, all of that stuff. So thank you for watching the video.
And enjoy your time in Thailand.